Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Mr. Johnson?
What is this about?
Are you Joe Johnson?
You didn't answer my question. What is this about?
I'm Agent Smith with the FBI. Are you Joe Johnson?
That's fancy paper you're holding up. Is it supposed to mean something?
Yes, it's my identification as an agent of the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
All paper is hearsay. Now, whom did you say you were an agent for?
For the FBI, I'd like to ask you some questions, Mr. Johnson.
If this FBI person wanted to ask some questions, why didn't he just do it in person instead of sending his agent? That way I could determine where he derives his authority from.
The FBI is not a person, it is the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
So you're telling me you are the agent for a made-up thing, a fictional entity?
No, I'm telling you that I'm an agent for the government agency called the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Are you Joe Johnson?
I'm not familiar with that agency, or where it purportedly derives any authority from. Perhaps if you could get me in touch with the living being this agency represents, I could make that determination.
The FBI represents the federal government of the United States of America.
So then how do I get in contact with this government man? Then we can get to the bottom of who is in authority and where that authority is derived from.
The federal government derives its authority from the Constitution and the people of the United States of America.
Which has the authority, Constitution, or people?
I'd say the Constitution has the authority as it is the supreme law of the land.
To start with, can you produce this Constitution for me to read? Then we can speak to the man, or men, that drafted it.
The Constitution is housed in the National Archives in Washington, D.C. It was drafted at the end of the 18th century, so I doubt any of those men are alive anymore.
So then the existence of a Constitution, what it says or its authority is hearsay, drafted by dead men. That doesn't sound like a credible source.
The Constitution is not hearsay, sir. I'm getting a bit fed up with your games. Now once and for all, are you Joe Johnson?
There's no game here. All you have produced is pieces of paper and pseudo-pieces of paper as proof of your authority to even approach me. All paper is hearsay. The Creator doesn't grant authority to things or to hearsay. In addition, please don't apply title like sir to me. I am not a thing to be titled.
Then how should I address you?
Until you can provide to me a shred of tangible evidence that you have any authority over anything, I don't give you consent to do anything.
Is this where you live?
I live everywhere. I am alive everywhere I go. Is it different for you?
What is your date of birth?
I was never birthed. I am a living, breathing, sentient being of God. Didn't you just hear me say I am alive everywhere I go? Oh, and all dates are hearsay.
You had better start cooperating. Maybe I should just take you in, and we can find out the answers to my questions in another venue.
So that's what it comes down to. Since you cannot establish your authority other than hearsay, you will kidnap me and then falsely imprison me, maybe with a little assault and battery to go with it. I revoke my privilege and consent to any of your offers.
Don't think I can't, or that I won't. Now, Mr. Johnson.
Under that presumption, with your fictional authority, couldn't you just pull that gun out and shoot me right in the face just because you feel like it, right?
Let's not take it there, okay?
In fact, I bet you could go out to your car, pull a semi-automatic rifle out of the trunk, and just do me communist Chinese style right here in my front yard, in front of all my neighbors.
That's not going to happen. I'm simply here to ask you a couple of questions about an ongoing investigation the Bureau is engaged in.
Thank you, Agent. I'm afraid I'm not consenting to any questions today, and I waive all privilege to be taken prisoner by you or anyone else until someone can show me that they have the factual authority to do so.
Listen, you.
No, I don't consent to listen to you anymore either. If your authority is derived from fictional things, then until proven otherwise I'm going to have to consider you a fictional agent. I'm going to have to order you to leave the property. Get in your vehicle and drive away.
I'm going to have to review this, and then, I'm going to be back and get some answers to those questions.
Unless you are going to have with you Mr. FBI or the drafters of that Constitution, or some person that can prove to me where the authority comes from to question me or arrest me or shoot me, You can just keep on driving when you come back here.
Right? Like I said, I'm going to get some direction on this, and then I'll be back.
We are finished here. I'm ordering you to leave. You may go now.
Fucking whatever.
I don't give you consent to do that either. Hey Joe, how are you? Good. Tom, what's new? Nothing much. Hey, I ran into some salesman in your front yard, but I told him to get lost. Thanks, man. I can't stand those snake oil grease balls. No doubt. Has the game started? Nope. Grab a beer and relax. Thanks, Joe. I will.